Hello, it's me again, and we are back with the Creakers. Moving on to chapter 22. So, we just left Lucy with the grown-ups who had regained all their memories and were back to being grown-ups, but the Woleb had just changed and the Creakers were there, so we'll find out what will happen next. So, how are you getting on? Sorry, I've not spoken to you a while. It's been quite busy writing this. And I'd guess you'd be busy reading it. It's getting a bit topsy-turvy, isn't it? All this upside-down, backwards stuff. In fact, if you turn this book upside down and read this page backwards, it tells a nice story about fluffy kittens. Oh, isn't that nice? So it tells us to turn it upside down, so let's turn it upside down. Only joking. Can't read upside down. Just wanted to see if you turned the book upside down. Oh, well, I fell for that one, didn't I? Anyway, let's move on to the actual story then, shall we? Not the author having a bit of a joke with me. So, chapter 22, Trapped. Oh, got a nice picture down there of some Creakers. Do you recognise those ones? I think they're the ones that we met before. Grunt, Guff, Scratch and Sniff leapt out leapt out of the hole, followed by 10, no 20, wait, 50, okay, hundreds of Creakers. They erupted into the main street of Creakerland, grimacing at the grown-ups as they circled them intimidatingly. So the trick's up, innit? Grunt hissed. The humans be seeing the Woleb for what the Woleb really is, Guff said, flicking his chubby ponytail. The grown-ups backed away, terrified of these hideous monsters, for it was the first time they'd seen the Creakers. Let us go, Mayor Noying demanded. The Creakers burst out into what Lucy recognised as Creaker laughter. Can you remember what Creaker laughter is like? It's a bit like crying and wailing, isn't it? I'm not going to do it because I don't want to annoy your parents. I'm sure you can imagine. That very moment, enormous rotten roots burst out of the soggy ground around Lucy and the grown-ups and shot up into the air, where they entwined tightly together, and they formed a giant cage around the grown-ups, with Lucy hiding somewhere in the middle of the crowd. We're trapped, she thought. Now, where's the kiddlin'? Grunt hissed, and Lucy's heart sank as she realised that he was no longer wearing her dad's old coat. He must have delivered it to the Creaker King, she thought. Stay out of sight, Lucy Bobs, whispered Mrs. Dunstan to Lucy, pulling her close. But as soon as the words left her mum's lips, Lucy felt the muddy roots beneath her feet start to rise. They lifted her up into the air above the grown-ups, around her, trying to reveal where she was hiding. No, Lucy, a few of the grown-ups whispered as they fought to hold her down, to keep her hidden. Wait, Lucy said, her mind racing like an engine. I know what to do. This is the Woleb's power. It's backwards. What do you think they need to do to save Lucy? If everything's going backwards, how are they going to keep her hidden? She took a deep breath, yelled at the top of her voice. I'm right here, look! Easy to see, clear as crystal! Lucy, what are you doing? Mrs. Dunstan gasped in horror. It's okay, Mum, look, Lucy said, pointing to the Creakers. They were all looking angrily in Lucy's direction, but thanks to Lucy using the Woleb's magic, they couldn't see her at all. I think I'd like to stay right here, Lucy announced loudly, and just as she'd hoped, the roots dropped back down around her among the crowd. You have to do the opposite of what you really want, Lucy explained to the puzzled grown-ups. Go backwards to go forwards. Go down to go up. Hide and you'll be seen. Try and be seen and you'll stay hidden. Over here, come and get me! The Creakers growled with frustration as they realised they were being outsmarted. Tricksy kiddling, Grunt hissed. We be coming backs for your little human, scoffed Guff. We be coming backs with, began Scratch. The king, croaked Sniff. The king knows what to do with pesty kiddlings, snorted Grunt. Lucy's heart leapt like a frog as the Creakers disappeared back down the tunnel to summon their leader. She didn't want to be around when they came back. Once the last Creaker had vanished into the Woleb, all the grown-ups turned to look at Lucy. Dozens of worried, desperate faces stared at her. What do the Creakers want from us, Lucy? Asked the mayor, who had managed to find his pyjamas and was hurriedly putting them on. Mess, said Lucy. The grown-ups screwed up their faces in confusion. Rubbish! Piers Snorgan barked. Yes, exactly, said Lucy. Rubbish! They love our rubbish, our litter, our mess, our muck, mould and more. They want our waste, and they're tired of all you grown-ups wasting it. Wasting it, said the mayor, frowning. But we just throw it away. It's waste. Precisely. Then where does it go? Into the oceans, buried in the ground, burned up into smoke in the sky? Lucy said. These Creakers can't get it if we do that, and without it they can't survive. That's why they snatched you lot and left us us kids. We're messy and we never clear stuff up. We leave it all out where they can get their hands on it. And what were they doing with us down here? What is this place? Shouted Mrs. McScroodles, the sweet lady. Well, you were all swept away with the power of this world. It makes everything that is into isn't, everything that was into wasn't. Your stressful grown-up, tidy, mess-free lives became fun and childish again. You were making a mess for the Creakers, Lucy said. Like cows in a farm, Old Man Carvery said, shaking his head. I guess you could say that, yes. A mess farm, Lucy said. Aren't we all forgetting the most important question? How do we get out? Piers Snorgan asked. Shh, Lucy said. If you want something down here, you have to ask in the right way. You mean the wrong way, Old Man Carvery said. Exactly, said Lucy, pleased. A way that this place understands. Lucy paced up and down, trying to come up with a plan to get out, trying to think like a grown-up. Her mind was blank. Then she stopped on the spot and rolled her eyes to herself. Come on, Lucy, she thought. Trying to do something in the Woleb is the one sure way of making sure you can't do it. She took a new approach. She stopped trying to be the hero who saves the grown-ups and gets them home safely to their kids. She closed her eyes and cleared her mind. Except I'm not closing my eyes because I need to read. Now I've lost where I am. She imagined that she was just an 11-year-old girl who didn't have a clue how to get out of the trap that she was in and wasn't really bothered about thinking of a way to rescue the grown-ups from life on this mess farm. Suddenly a very clear idea floated through the air and slipped inside Lucy's mind. She felt like a light bulb had just gone ping above her head. One of those big red recording lights at television studios that says they're live on air. That's it, Lucy thought. I mean, that's definitely not it. Mr. Snorgan, she said to Piers. What? Your television camera. Will it broadcast from down here up to our world? Said Lucy hopefully. Certainly not. Heaven knows how deep underground we are. The chances of broadcasting a live television signal out here are absolutely hopeless, Piers said. A huge smile appeared on Lucy's face. Why do you think she's smiling? I think it's because everything's backwards. So when he said it was impossible, that means it's possible. Brilliant! I mean, "Oh no, that's not what I wanted to hear at all," she said, winking. Suddenly the red recording light on top of the wakey wakey Whiffington camera pinged on. They were live. Piers Snorgan stared at the camera and scratched his head. "I don't understand. How did—" "Never mind that now," Lucy hissed. "Just pretend you're presenting a normal show." "Yes, go on. Listen to Lucy," urged the mayor, nudging Piers towards the camera. Obediently, Piers switched into cheesy TV presenter mode. "Good morning, Whiffington. This is—" "Lucy Dunkston," Lucy interrupted, standing directly in front of the camera and waving. "Remember me? I'm the girl who wanted to watch the news and go to school. I helped you get your hands out of biscuit jars, used the Hoover to suck up the Play-Doh out your noses, and stopped you crashing all the cars. Well, now I need your help." She took a deep breath, crossed her fingers for luck. "I really hope someone is watching this," she said. "This is breaking news. I've found the grown-ups." And there she is, on the television, having a wave with the microphone. But we know from the last chapter that someone is watching the news. So, we'll see what happens next. Do Norman and Ella see Lucy? What do they do? What's Lucy's plan? We'll find out tomorrow. Okay, hope you enjoyed that, and I'd love to hear from you if you are enjoying it, so please do send me an email to let me know what your favourite part has been so far, who your favourite character is, anything at all that you want to tell me about the book, even if it's just that you're enjoying it or something you're excited to find out, anything at all. But I'd love to hear from you and hear your opinions on the book, because I don't really want to be doing all of this if no one's enjoying it. So do let me know if you're enjoying it and that you want to hear more, because we have still got a long way to go. This is how much of the book that we've read so far, and this is how much we've still got to go, so still a little while. But yeah, do let me know. I'd love to hear from you all. I'm missing you. Alright, bye!